Good morning Year 6, this is Tuesday's lesson, so it's the 2nd of March. I want you to start off by spending 10 minutes on your daily practice. I want you to time yourself and see if you can beat your score from yesterday. So pause the video now and have a go at that. Well done if you had a go at your daily practice. We've been seeing some really good work so far, so well done. Your success criteria for today is we will be calculating percentages of amounts, we will be using bar models, we will be identifying shortcuts, and we will be using our skills to problem solve and reason. So, our first starter is looking at this. I want you to see if you can work out some of these. If you're unsure, then keep watching the video and I'll talk through them. But if you feel quite confident, I want you to pause it and then the answers will be on the next slide. So, if something says 100% of 11, that means the whole of 11. So straight away you should know that that is just 11. 100% of 425, again our answer is going to be 425. It is the whole. 100% of 2/25, again, that is 2/25. It's 100%. That is the whole. And 100% of these two counters put together is 1,100. So that is our answer because it's the whole. Here, number 2, what percentage of the 100 square is shaded? Write the percentage as a fraction. I'm not going to count each individual square, that will take too long. You'll know that every column is 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I can remember that is 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 50 add 11 is 61. It said that it wants it as a fraction, so that is 61 out of 100. So we'll be able to see if we are correct when we go on to the next slide. Perfect. We can see that all of the 100%, they have stayed the same because it's just saying what is 100%. So what is the whole in that sentence? And here, number 2, 61 out of 100. Okay, so I want you to tell me then what percentage goes in the middle. The percentage in the middle is what is everything. It is 100 out of 100. It is all and it is the whole. So the percentage in the middle is going to be 100. So well done if you knew that that would be 100% because it means the whole. Right, so if you're getting some bar models in your starter questions, I want you to have a think. The whole is 100% and now we have been split into 2. 100% divided by 2 equals 50%. And of course, 50% is equivalent to a half because it's a half of 100. Having a look now, so what if your whole wasn't 100? What if your whole was 120? And it said, what is 50% of 120? That's the same as saying, what is a half of 120? So what is 120 divided by 2? That would give us 60. So 60 is 120 divided by 2. Okay, so in our next question then, you can see that a quarter is equivalent to 25%, and it's always good to remember those facts, those equivalent fractions and decimals. They'll always help you working out. So, 25% of 120 just means 120 divided by 4 because we need to find out 1 quarter, and that's why the answer is 30. Next question then, it says, what percentage would the shaded part represent? So, having a look at that, can you tell me how many parts has been split into there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 parts. So if each part is worth 10, then that would make 100 altogether, which means the shaded part is worth 10%. Well done if you spotted that, because it is 1/10. What if you had a more challenging question and it said, what is 11% of 120? So it's a bit harder this time. So remember, first of all, let's find out what 10% would be. 10% of 120 means 120 divided by 10, which would give us 12. So we've worked out 10%, that's 12. But how can we work out 1%? To do 1%, we need to work out what is 12 divided by 10. So I'll write here 10% equals 12. 1% equals 1.2. Because if we times 1.2 by 10, then we would get 12. So now we can add them up. What is 12? Add 1.2. And you can see here I've made really sure that I've put them in the correct column, because if I put 1.2 in the wrong column and I don't line it up correctly, then I'm going to get the wrong answer. So please make that sure in your book. Make it really clear that you're lining them up correctly. So obviously the 2 comes down, 2 plus 1 is 3, and the 1 comes down. So 11% of 120 would be 13.2. Next question, I want to show you what green would be. So green is matching the equivalent fractions to the percentages. So I'd like us to do like before. We're going to change all those fractions so they're over 100. One's already been done for us. I know straight away that 1/100th is 1% because it's 1 out of 100. So we've got that one. We'll be able to link that up really easily. How do we change 2 to be over 100? You times it by 50. So then I would expect you to do the same to the top. What is 1 times 50? And the answer would be 50. So well done if you're saying this at the same time as me. That shows me you've got a really clear understanding. You need to do the same to this now. You need to make 10 change to the denominator 100. So what do you do to 10 to get 100? Same here. What do you do to 4 to get 100? And this is going to really help you start working out what fractions and what percentages all link together. And then you'll be able to match it up, one of the numbers in this column. Moving on to the orange question, it's asking you to work out what each bar model represents. So make sure you're looking at how many parts are in the whole. What have they split 40 into here? 1 part and 1 part. So it's a half and a half. What is a half as a percentage? Is it 10%, 25% or 50? You need to work that out. What has 40 been split into now? Think how many parts there are. There are 10 parts. So is that 10%, 25% or 50%? And here there are 4 parts. So what is that as a percentage if it is 1/4? You need to have a go at matching them up. Going on to the red task, it'll be asking you to complete calculations. So what is 50% of 3,000? So I would be expecting you to divide 3,000 by 2, because there are 2 50%. So you need to work out a half of these numbers in A. Moving on to B. you need to remember again, 25% of 3,000 means that you need to divide it by 4. So I can put these here as a reminder. So it's really important to remember how you find certain percentages of a number in quick, easy, shortcut methods, because 25% is the same as a quarter, so you can just divide it by 4. What would you divide something by to get 10%? Well done if you knew that that is dividing by 10. And lastly, on D, you need to find 1%. How many ones go into 100? Well done if you know that there are 100 ones in 100. So we need to divide these ones by 100 to find your answer. In the purple task now, so you need to work through this maze. So this is a really fun one for this purple task today. You start off with the number 2000 and you need to see what route you can take to finish on 55. So this is for that really high level maths where people are going to push themselves and challenge themselves, which I really recommend lots of you do because your maths has been incredible so far. So from 2000, if you said find 50%, you know that you'd have to divide it by 2. So you might put 1,000 in there. Keep going. Now it says find 10%, so you need to divide 1,000 by 10, which would give you 100. You need to keep going through to see how you can find a way to end on 55. It might not even be this way. That might be the incorrect way to go. You might have to go this way. So it's really important that you try out multiple options. So those are your tasks for today. If you need any help, please email us. And keep up your amazing hard work. Well done, Year 6.